just show you how to play a bunker shot. Now, a bunker shot, this is a hard bunker shot. You can see here I've got a lot of slope to go up. I've got to go all the way up here before I even get close to that flag. So quite an elevated bunker shot. And there's an easy way to think about it. We could confuse the bunker shot too easily. We get too involved in getting that club into the sand. I'm going to show you a very, very simple way to play a bunker shot that's very effective, and it's going to get you out every time, every single time. So the bunker shot is easy. It's very, very easy. Watch this. I take a golf ball, place it there, and I take my line. Now, we've heard this line before. We've heard it a million times. Let me just show you what shot I have first. So I'm in the bunker on the 14th hole at Peebles Golf Club. I have all the way up here to go to get to the green. So here's the start of the green. The pin's well on the green. So I'm probably 10, maybe 12 feet above the level of the golf ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards to even get to the front of the green. And plus here I am 6 feet above the ball. So it's probably, well, it's a tough shot, isn't it? Let's be honest. No bunker shot's a tough shot. So I've drawn my line. Okay, we've heard this a million times. I'll get to the magic in just a second. My left heel just on the line and no more. And when I set myself up, if I can hit that line every time, from just behind the line to just in front of the line, I'm going to be spot on. How do I do that? Nobody talks about this. Everyone talks about the weight's got to be left and you've got to get down into it. Yeah, you do. Not as extreme as that. So I've set myself here. When I set myself up, so I've put my club just behind the line, I've opened the face, and you can see there, my weight's on my left side, as mentioned. However, my upper spine is behind the line, quite far behind the line. And that's going to dictate, because I'm going to move at impact, but that's going to dictate my low point. That's going to dictate where the club enters the sand. So I don't want to get all my weight here with my upper spine here, because I'm then going to come down too steep. I'll then also pull out of it and hit the ground first. So my thoughts are setting myself there with my upper spine, probably in line with the top end of your club head there, and leave it there for the whole action. And if I can leave that there and hear the thud, can you hear the thud? That noise there, and control that, I'm going to have the same low point every time. That is easy to do. That is really easy to do, because the reason you get the same low point every time is because your upper spine is not moving around. So it's going to be much more controllable. Then from there, what do? Well, we have to think about, how does the club work through the sand? Now, this is the magic. Okay? I've set myself here. I'm set up. My line is still there. Okay, my line is still there. That's a very thick line now. My centre of my spine is behind the golf ball. There. And my bottom half of my spine is probably closer to the ball. Yes. So there's a little bit of right bend. There, great, I'm going to maintain that. Now, when I come down, this is what to do. Do this for, just go in the practice bunker, do this for 5 seconds before you play your practice shots. Slow motion, being aware that the upper spine is behind the golf ball, at your point of entry there. The club will then come in shallower, it won't become as steep, it'll come in more shallow. You'll strike the ground, and then from there you can take the sand and throw it to the target. There, down, take the sand, throw it to target. Shallow angle of attack from there, sand, throw it to target. You'll see how shallow the angle of attack becomes once you start to move the sand towards your intended target. Because the golf ball's sitting there, there's sand all around that golf ball. The sand all around that golf ball there. I just want to move that sand towards target. So I'm there, coming down, looking, keep focusing on my top half, moving that sand out towards target. Moving the sand out towards target. I'm not bothered about trying to hit down. I know my centre is behind, my upper spine, sorry, is behind the golf ball. I'm going to leave it there and move that sand out towards the target. Oh, that was lovely. The interaction with the sand there was tremendous. Let's redraw this line. Now, everything you've heard in the past about keeping your weight left, absolutely, we're still doing all that, but it's just being aware of where is my upper spine in relation to the golf ball, and then focusing on the sand around that golf ball, because that's what you want to shift out. So thinking about Set up on the line, great. Back, my weight stays left. My lower spine is started slightly further towards the target than my upper spine, and my upper spine doesn't move. Everything rotates around the back of your neck. There, and then from there, if I do that, I'll come in a lot shallower. I'll take a nice shallow divot and move the ball out towards, or sorry, the sand out towards the target. Not bothered there about the ball. I look at my point of entry. I set myself up there, looking at my point of entry, being aware where my upper spine is, holding that position. And we're getting these balls up and out. This is a very, very hard golf shot. It's a really, really tough bunker shot. I've played 4 balls there, and you can see they're all lying pretty good. I mean, they're all 4 feet short, but it's a long shot. Let's pop the camera up here and see if there's a bit of action on that golf ball. So I'm going to go way down here into the bunker. Wish me luck. I think it was pretty decent. Let's do another one. It's very hard to get the ball that far back. Coming so far uphill. Thinking about my upper spine. That should be better. I can't see the results of them because I'm so far away. Oh yes, pin high. Yes. So let's do a quick recap on that. It's dead simple. Your foot is on the line, your upper spine is behind the line. You hear the thud. The thud is very important because then you're not thinking about technique, you're not thinking about what can go wrong, what's going right, what you actually have to do. You're just purely thinking about, can I hear that noise? And then from there, the little drill, let the sand, move that sand to the flag. So this is me on course. Set myself up, visualise my line. Looking at my point of entry, upper spine is behind the golf ball. There, and I'm moving that sand towards the flag. Angle of attack is going to be shallow because of that. Upper spine stays on top of my point of entry. That could be the best one yet. Let's go and have a look at that. That was class. Oh, it's not. It's still about 4 feet short. Can you see that there? Good effort though. Do you know what I find about golf instruction? Especially bunker play. Everyone is obsessed with weight being left and must hit really far down on the golf ball, you know, to really get into that sand. And I get that, that's understandable, and that makes sense, but there's an easier way. There's a much easier way to get out of bunkers. Another way, hold on, or just an easier way, if I put that brake on, yes, just an easier way to approach it. I'm sure there's also an easier way to put your golf clubs on a trolley than that.